Now how to use this?
So the next session, we are going to see cost approach to the value. So it's a bit easier than the other method, like income approach. You can easily learn it, and especially these approaches are will be more clear when you go through the case studies. So anyway, there are some questions you can expect from MCQ type from cost approach. So for which I have prepared a presentation that I can share it now as soon as the other participants join. So anyway, I have given you to solve three problems, simple three problems in our group. Actually, I am planning to some questions continuously for to make you acquaintance with all the formula, other things. So it is only mathematical problems I am giving you now. MCQs will be shared after all the classes. Income approach, coming approach, market approach, real estate value, laws, purpose of real estate, writing reports. All those things will be posted after all the classes. Meanwhile, I will post a few questions, three or four, maximum 3 or 4 questions every day, and you try to solve it yourself. Any mistake comes, you can then only you will understand. I will publish it after 24 hours, the answers. So that will be helpful. I hope helpful for you to where we will usually go wrong. It's all simple one, but we'll think lot, and you will use some wrong formula. So in order to avoid that, I should make sure that so if for a case study questions you have to apply these things, the same formula, but the concept should be very clear. So from beginning from a small questions, we'll see how you are performing, so that I can at least, if you want to send me, you can send me also, or post in the group, you can post it. It is your choice. Anyway, I will answer it after 24 hours, but I cannot explain. No, daily I cannot. I'm not supposed to take. I cannot take classes. So weekend classes are allowed for me. So anyway, questions will be posted and answers also will be posted. In any case, any doubt, you can ask then and there. So whenever I see in WhatsApp online, I will try to answer it. But more importantly, I will tell you one thing. Your participation is the success of these sessions, mandatory educational programs. So all of you have to participate very actively in WhatsApp group, questions, answers, everything, so that it is very easy for you to pass the exam. Very easy. So try to answer these questions. Then finally, MCQ type of questions from other topics also I can share with you with answer key. After that, you will become a bit confident, after then you go and study the material. As I told you, at least 3 hours a day. You keep it aside for exclusively for ABB exam. We need more. Actually speaking, I will tell you the situation. In 2019, it is projected we need 1.5 lakhs, 1.5 lakhs valuers in India who passed IBB exams. But for unfortunately, this is 2020. We have only around 8,000 valuers so far. So there is tremendous pressure for the government as well as from the part of resolution process. So many now the resolution process has stopped for COVID because of COVID epidemic. Even though the works are going on, resolution process are going on, liquidation process are going on, but in a paced manner. Liquidation is the final stage. It can be done after COVID, but before that, there is a valuation. It can resolution process can collect the valuation reports from LNB or P&M valuers. Then they can form committee of creditors. They can discuss. So resolution process, I think it is going on now, nowadays. Only the it is holding the liquidation process. So let us see how it will be in practice. So I think it will be over by 6 months. Anyway, you cannot keep waiting for a long time. Like even our schools are closed. One academic year, almost 3 months remaining. So nobody has gone to our children go to classes. So these are inevitable natural disasters, the natural epidemic, a national epidemic. So we have to face it in any way. Uh, but as far as we concerned, valuers, we have still jobs. I mean, from financial institutions, we are taking up jobs and other companies like Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation, Backward Community Corporation. They are all giving us assignments. Banks giving us assignments, then registration department, then capital gain. It's a continuous process. Anyway, the only people who are not, we have some jobs. Anyway, we have some earnings in this period also. To be very frank with you. So try to. I don't know how many of you registered in 34 AB. If it is there, you may be getting more assignments, but 10 years experience, minimum experience. I don't know how many of you registered in income tax department. If you once you registered in income tax department also, you will get plenty of jobs from banks. You can empanel in banks, everything. So try to, if you are completed your 10 years of after the course, beta course or BE engineering course, you can apply for it. You can register under income tax department under 34 AB 1957 Act. So you will be you can value only immobile properties, land and building. So majority of the valuation assignments are land B only. So you get after all attending similar classes, as far as not mind any class, you try to attend it and acquire the knowledge. That is the main issue. You should have good knowledge in your subject. So I think we can start with what you call slide sharing. Yes, cost approach. Please put the slide. Cost disabled participants screen sharing. Oh, I request Vijayamarji to allow me to share my uh, uh, slide presentation. I cannot share it. I need a host permission to share. So I hope he, he will give me permission to share the slide. It's not a disabled parts the screen the sharing. The message has come. So maybe this the host now. So try to solve those problems every day. I'll try to put a few questions. Try to solve the problem. Send me or you can post it in, and you can discuss even with you all those things. And finally, you will learn when a bigger study comes. It will be easier for you to yeah. Now I have the permission. Not this, huh? It's not shared. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh no, I made a mistake. Wait, let's come this. Chuma, Gupta ji, I cannot share the screen sharing. Please give me permission. Anyway, let us start the class. Okay, that is better. I'll send you the presentation later, and when I get the option, no, still it is not. It is disabled to share in the screen. So,
Sir, 1 minute.
yeah, okay.
Sir, now you can share the screen.
Yeah, fine, fine. Okay. Okay, fine. I will just. Okay. So, where are we? So this is cost approach to value. So this is the today's last session, I hope. So if we have time, we will go for some problem solving also. If you have time, and I'm free today, being I don't have any job. So as long as you want, I can sit here and do some other portions also we can cover, or we can do some mathematical problems. Okay. So by we'll come to the slide. This particular about the cost approach. consists of estimating the value of land and building and the addition of the estimated values to arrive the total value of the property. So also known as contractors method, structural cost method, depreciated cost method. So this is depreciated cost method is actually for buildings. So land component is also always we are doing sales comparison method. That is market approach. As I said in the earlier class, market approach, you make some sale instances and compare it with your property characteristics. Then you arrive a land component. Land component, you use the word, it is a typical word, land component and building component. So land component, you have to arrive from market approach. How many, the price of the land. Then building approach is you can depreciated replacement cost of building. This is it's very easy in straight line method. There are so many methods to find out. So, but usually we use straight line method, considering a salvage value of 10% or 5%, whatever. That is depends on your judgment. So building upon depreciated replacement cost of building. Now valuation of non-income fetching and non-marketable properties. So that is also to be we will see non-income fetching and non-marketable. This is not without income fetching you cannot use income approach. So we go to cost approach. Now, non-marketable, you know what is non-marketable property now? What is that? Worship places, government jails and prisons, or educational institution, hospitals. These are all non-marketable properties. Non-beneficial profit, non-profit making institutions are considered as non-marketable properties. But suppose somebody wants to value it for internal purpose, you can do that, but don't certify the market value. Present worth, you write present worth of the property. Just mention, write it down. In practical cases, we non-marketable properties, we certify only present worth of the property. It is not marketable. It is for their internal purpose. Okay, so that's all. Next one, the value should furnish the details about type of construction, etc. as under. So you know, description, type, accommodation of each building. You have to describe everything in detail. Facade, coverage area, how many bedrooms, all those things, toilets, common area, etc. Then exterior features, whether coated with emulsion paint, good quality of paint, as well as aesthetic enhancement. Some enhancement work might have done. So that also you can specify. Interior design is like plaster of Paris, gypsum works in ceiling. All those things you can consider in valuation. That is separately considered actually, not the main building. It is called amenities or extra items, miscellaneous items. Like that, you can add it on. Generally, we'll put land value first, then building value. Then comes amenities, miscellaneous items, extra items, services. So what is services? Like water, municipal water, or your tank, pump, everything. Electricity, EB deposit. The usually we won't go that much details because EB deposit we need not know how much he paid for getting a connection. Then you can deduct for defects. Any defects you found as an engineer, you can find that the building is slightly what do you call settled. It's a defect. You can see the structure. You can differentiate between a structural crack and a surface crack, minor cracks, and it's all even in maintenance, non-maintenance also you can reduce price. So these are all see, being a valuer, you are the judge. So these points you can consider while valuing. So a note is given. This approach may be used as a primary approach where there is no evidence or reliable transaction price of similar properties or non-identifiable actual or income stream that would accrue to the owner of. So both the method in building, either market approach is not, evidences are not available, even income stream is not available. So we go for cost approach is the only method which you can proceed a particular valuation. So this is usually done by all of us, in most cases, cost approach. It's a practical approach in India. The two principal methods of valuation as recommended by IVSA under the cost approach, that is Indian Valuation Standards Code, under cost approach are replacement cost method. That is, you are going to replace it, calculating the cost of similar asset having equivalent utility of the subject asset and then allowing deduction for physical deterioration and obsolescence. Modern equivalent of utility is considered, not physical features. So that is called replacement cost method. So all of us know now the price of a building house or a flat, square plinth area rate, right? Usually we go plinth area rate. Need not be, but in most of the clients prefer plinth area rate calculation. And say now in my state, it is around 1,800 to 2,000. If it is highly, superior quality building, we will give 2,200 to 2,300 like that. So that is the replacement cost is the best method which we are using. Best method in the sense practical sense only. Then reproduction cost method, cost to produce a replica, then giving deduction as above. Reproduction, but we seldom use this in practical purpose. So what is depreciation? Depreciation is defined as a measure of wearing out. Everything is depreciated. Every commodity is depreciated. So similarly, building also, you know it, a measure of wearing out, consumption or other loss value, depreciable asset, reflection, the expiration of limited time, expiry period, that is called reflection of time or obsolescence. So I told you obsolescence. This word is very important. Sometimes there is obsolescence in technology. I will tell you a very simple example. A palace, a big palace. It is okay. We all agree that it is highly aesthetical, as well as specification is superior. Even though it is called a technological obsolescence, because nobody is nowadays living in that. Palace like buildings. So obsolescence through technology and market changes. Type of depreciation. So there are a few types of depreciation. Non-age related depreciation. It is not related to the age of the building. Age of the, okay, fine. What is age of the building? Anybody knows? Age. Age means construction date to this day. If it is constructed in 2010, then the age of the building is 10 years. That is called age. So depreciation, we calculate age only. Age of the building divided by expected lifespan of the building. To get the depreciation, I will tell you the method into 100, but don't take 100 because there is a salvage value of 10% or 5%, whatever, 8%. So you can give usually 10%. Then it becomes 100 minus 10, it becomes 90. So age of the building is equal to depreciation is equal to 10 divided by 60 multiplied by 90. That is the depreciation in percentage. You will get directly depreciation in percentage in such cases. Okay. Now, non-age related depreciation. It is not at all related to age. That is economic obsolescence. These are all obsolescence, underutilization. That is a factory setup with a huge cost initially, which cannot be used its optimum capacity. That is called economic obsolescence. Suppose a factory you are setting up with a huge cost initially, then if you cannot function it in optimum capacity, then it becomes economically obsolete. Now, what is functional obsolescence? These are all MCQ questions. These are all you can expect in MCQs. What is functional obsolescence? Outdated planning. Example, an elaborately designed exhibition hall with no relevance to today's need. This is a functional obsolescence. There is no need it is called elaborately designed exhibition hall. Nobody is relevant to today's need. So it is called functional obsolescence. Now, what is technological obsolescence? Due to rapid changes in technology, uh, okay, due to rapid changes in technology, the building becomes obsolete. Obsolete in the sense, it may be useful, but value will be less, because maintenance cost in our conventional buildings are more, whereas new technologies are every day it is developing. As I mentioned earlier, somebody knows it. So bamboo reinforcement, sustainable green buildings we have already seen. So that is getting more prominence in today's situation. So technological obsolescence you can take care of. Age-related depreciation, that is due to wear and tear and lost strength of materials. That is called age-related. Some of the relevant methods measurement of such depreciation. See, this is called depreciation methods. Straight line method, which I told you now. 10 year age of the it is calculated. We'll see. Uh, what is straight line method? Then sinking fund method. Again, your word sinking fund is come. Declining balance method. There are so many methods. Then constant percentage method is. It is yearly this much constant percentage. So that is called linear method. Constant percent method or linear method. You can. Besides that, there are other methods you can see in slide 10 that will come. So other terminologies is historic cost or cost of acquisition. That is called historic cost or acquisition cost. First time cost of acquisition of a building. First time. Then it may go hand by hand by different purchasers, buyers. So with the different prices. But historic cost is one. That is the first time acquisition of the building. Now, actual cost of construction invested in erecting the building. That is also historic cost. That is actual cost, actual amount you put into a particular project or particular building is called historical cost or this thing acquisition cost. Original cost. What is original cost? Cost of the building as a subsequent owner. That is original cost. Cost of the building asset to the subsequent owner, next owner. Yeah, this is original cost is used by accountants, mainly by accountants. They are using this word original cost. Now, method of cost estimated for buildings. These are the methods of estimating the building. Accounting method, unit rate method. As I told you, unit rate method is we are following in financial institutions mainly because you know unit plinth area rate. So accordingly, you can use that the plinth area multiplied by the unit rate will give you replacement cost. Then depreciation, you apply the depreciation. That is simple one. Then plinth area rate method. That is again it is written plinth area rate method. Cost index method. That is CPWD method. That is every year our CPW Central Public Works Department gives you an index for a particular area, as well as the cost of the building also, plinth area rate. So that is Delhi schedule rate actually. So if in Delhi, if structural cost 16,500 load bearing structure, in other place, in my place, cost index may be 1.34 or 1.45. They will publish it. So you can multiply this with 1.35. That way you can get CPWD based cost index method. It is not used in financial institution. This is for some other purposes like registration department or capital gain and etc. etc. So that is cost index method. Then detailed quantity method, quantity survey method. That is what we learned in our engineering. This is the most accurate method also. If you can do this, yes, this is good and fine. Depending on upon, again, I will tell you your valuation fee. Because detailed quantity method is you need drawing. You have to take the quantity, bill of quantities. Then you need to know each and every unit rate of different materials in the building. So that is called detailed quantity method or estimation quantity survey method. Then comes reinstatement method. It is similar to replacement cost or reproduction. Replacement method or reproduction method, reinstatement method. Only difference is it is uh, the present condition before it is, I think, used by insurance companies. So you have to construct a building with the same specification and same condition. That is called reinstatement method. So we'll see one by one. When proper books of account of details have been maintained, accounting method, I am telling in accounting method, proper books of account of details are maintained. Then you can go for that. Then applies only for assessing the cost of construction of a new building. Yeah, this see, depreciation part is not taken care of. Here it is applies only for assessing the cost of construction of a new building. And most of us will do valuation for older buildings, 10 years, 100 years, maybe 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, it depends. So this applies for only for new building accounting method. For any other valuation date, proper judgment in rates shall be made for time correction, rarely occurring. So this is a rare occurrence. Any other valuation date, proper adjustment of rates shall be made for time correction. Time correction. There is a word called time correction. That is age related to age, the time elapsed. So that is also considered in accounting method. Total cost is equal to material plus labor plus other reliable cost produced by the owner. So it is reliable. What is that reliable cost? In total cost, that is whatever expense you incurred to maybe conveyance, transportation, everything is included in that one, total cost. So owner has to provide reliable cost receipts from the all the whatever he extra things he has used. So it depends on reliability in accounting method. So unit method. So here what we will do, building cost, unit rate of building area or volume. Why I use the word volume? I will tell you. Nowadays, some people are building high ceiling height is very high. Very high in the sense, generally we take 2.9 meter dwelling house or a flat or apartment. In general case, it is 2.9 meters. 3.1 meters also, sometimes 3.1, including the slab height, 10 centimeter slab. Now more than that, sometimes we take 3.75. So that is, then in that case, you have to consider volume. Instead of building area, you will consider building volume and convert it into the unit rate. As an engineer, it is easy for you. Adopting flat rate of similar type of construction. What is unit rate? Net carpet area divided by total built-up area, total or total cubic content of the building. That is volume. If it is given volume, so unit area is arrived by net carpet area divided by total built-up area or whatever. No, it is oblique. It is not divided. Sorry. Net carpet area or total built-up area or total cubic content of the building. So adopted for apartments, hotels. Generally in hotels, ceiling height is more. But false ceilings comes in between. Even though then you can take more, slab height maybe 3.75 or 4 meter. So that you can take into account. False ceiling will go to amenities or extra items that you can consider a value for it. Hospitals, yes. Hospitals, it is volume is bigger volume. Cinema theaters, of course, cinema theaters has you can take volume only, so not area wise. So there are different methods to get these values. The basic rate data bank may have fixed specification, design parameters, and design parameters. What are the design parameters? That will also an influencing factor in value. A suitable adjustment are to be adjusted in each case. In each case, this is unique. Every valuation is a unique valuation. So one project is different from other project. Suitable adjustment are to be made. Require sample data bank of value to assess the basic rate. So as I told you, as soon as you are doing evaluation, you record it. You keep a record on land rate and building rate for a particular project. If you're a builder or a engineer, project manager, also you can do that. You can make a data bank for everything. Even for cost of material also. It is required when capital gains are calculated. Cost of material 1968. How can you arrange even fair market value? So you should have market. Some senior values have those values from 1960s to till the date. It is a wonderful. I met a wonderful person who has got all this data. So he is doing only capital gain cases. Because any capital gain case, when you do with a detailed estimation method, assessing officer won't question you. He can't question. Why? Because you are producing him the rate on the date of the cost and the date of construction. So there is no assumption there. Because he has got, suppose the building is constructed in 1977, he know the rates of hollow bricks, cement, steel, aggregate, gravel, everything with him. So he can calculate easily in 1977 what is the cost of construction. So data bank is very important for a valuer who is practicing, especially capital gains and other similar this thing. For financial institution, we did not go for that much in detail. So quick and ad hoc method. It is, I think, the plinth area rate method. It is very quick and ad hoc also. Why? Plinth area rate is prescribed by CPWD. You compare it with your local availability of labor and materials. So you can either add up or decrease. Because every building, RC, whether it is load bearing or RCC, you have, CPWD has given specifications, different specifications, highest specification they are given. So if it is not instead of teak wood, they are used ordinary woods for window and doors, you can reduce that price certain percentage as you wish, as your engineering background allows. It is your judgment. Again, I repeat the word judgment, your judgment, because these are all individualistic as per your knowledge. Teak wood price you should know, ordinary wood you should know. If it is marble, then you can go for marble rate, higher rate. And similarly, if one toilet is more, you can add that toilet also. CPWD has categorized 6 categories of buildings. Not bearing. So first category, second category, like that. Sixth category is highest. So different rates are given in 2012, but in 2020 they are not given. They are given a flat rate for all the buildings. So if you refer 2012 CPWD, you can note it down. It's not required for your ABB exam, but as a practical valuation, if you enter, you need these things. CPWD rates in 2012, they are given all the specification. Then you can add, apart from that, you can add 5% for water supply, 5% for electrical arrangement, 5% for the sewage water, and lift, cost of the lift. If it is there is a lift, you can add. It is given 4%, how many price? 4% lift, 6% lift, structure lift. These are all different categories of lifts are the elevators. So that cost you can add separately. You can Google it, CPWD rate. You can find the wonderful sites by CPWD, 2012, 2018, 2020, and I think 2010 also, 2008. All the rates, I mean, different years they are provided, not consecutive years. If it is 2009, then it will be, the other one is maybe 2011 or 2012. So consecutive year they won't publish, but they will provide cost index. They will provide the cost index, so that you can convert 2012 rate to 2015 rate also, if 15 rate is not available. So just multiply it with the cost index of the particular locality. So that will provide you the particular plinth area rate in the particular region. And don't follow blindly. Then you see that the specification, if the specification and your local availability of materials and labor is much lesser, you go for lesser value, because CPW rates always is higher, in higher side. So you have to make some adjustments that you learn when you come into the field of valuation. It is automatically, it is you can do that. So cost of a building depends on area specification of the building, PAR. What is PAR? Plinth area ratio. I mean plinth area rate. It is called PAR. Area specification of a building, area and specification of a building, PAR. Cost, materials, labor, cost index. These are the two things, PAR plus cost index. So cost index you will get published by Government of India, or even your state government will publish with respect to Delhi schedule of rate. So from which you can get a comparison. If you want to make a comparison, at least justify, you can justify your value of plinth area rate within the limit of CPW rate. That is for comparison purpose, justification purpose. The final replacement cost of the building is plinth area into plinth area, total plinth area into PAR, plinth area rate, unit rate, on the date of valuation. Every time they are, date of valuation is very important. Even though it won't change much in 1 month or 2 months, but date of valuation they will add plinth area unit rate on the date of valuation. So it is, if it is 1,400 last month, it is almost 1,400 today also. But as far as valuation principles are concerned, always write date of valuation. It is very important. Date of inspection is not also important. When you inspected the site, you can mention it. Date of valuation you can write. So these are important fact. This thing in the report also. So example, RCC frame structure of a 4-story building of residential purpose has a base rate of rupees 1600 per square meter on September 15, 2012, as per PAR. As on 1/1/2012, published by CPWD. To find PAR in a particular state, assume that the index published is 150. So it is easier for you now. Now you are given 16,000 per square meter in September 15, 2012. So cost index published is 150. So the base is 100. So 16,000 into 150 by 100. That will give you 24,000. Clear? It's very clear, simple one. The area becomes, you are converting 2012 area to 2000, what is that? 2012 location is only different. A particular state, that a particular state, the same year in the particular state, cost index is 150. So 150 divided by 100, you will get 24,000. PAR does not include electrical, sanitary. That's why I told you some percentage you can add. Electrical, sanitary, water supply, installation, compound walls, payment, drains, any such extra items that you have to, you can add with cost index method. For these items, CPWD provide guidelines. Be familiar with CPWD rates. But for IBBA, you need not go that in deep. But practically, this is required. Final replacement cost is equal to final replacement cost of the building plus amenities plus extra items by detailed estimation method. Then par for a city, par of the year into city index published by Government Gazette periodically. As we see in the last example 150, these are all published by Government Gazette. You can get it from public domain in Google. You can get your place cost index. Now I would like to tell you one more thing. There are two indexes. One is cost index, that is for a particular construction in a particular date in a particular area, whereas cost inflation index is there. One is cost index CI, in short form CI. The other one is CII, that is cost inflation index. That depends on inflation of money. That also we use in capital gain calculation, income tax calculations. You need it. We never consider CI, cost index. There you have to use cost inflation index. It's a one-day topic for this. This I need one day capital gains, one-day class, because that is so elaborate. How to find, how to apply it, how to use it. One-day class, it's now because 2-3 problems you have to solve. That's all. So you have to go in detail after you take it as a CEP program. These are all CEP. You can continuous education program. You can include these things like capital gains and all in detail. Now you need a picture of what is capital gain. Now cost index of various years are based on formula. They are given the formula. Par for a year is equal to par for the base year divided by CI of the year or CI of the base year. So this is the formula which we use to get the par preliminary rate of a year. You know, par at the base year. Base year means they will fix. Now it is base year 2001 and 2001 2002. So that can be taken as 100. Then CI for the year, cost index. This is par. Okay, par for the base year. Preliminary area rate, that is maybe 1600, 16,000. Then multiplied by cost index of the year. And that is we have done it just now 150. Then cost index of base year 100. So that will give you the result. 16,000 divided into multiplied by 150 by 100 is equal to 24,000. We have just seen. So that increment increase. So that is it. Now detailed quantity method. Detailed quantity. This is what we engineers learned in our curriculum. Detailed quantities of building are estimated at current schedule rates of that year, more precise and accurate, most reliable method. These are certain points of detailed quantity method. Most reliable method, well accepted by courts. That is the important. See the important. This is well accepted by court. Any court will accept it if you are accurate in this. For which you need a data bank. Then it is a laborious and time-consuming process. Laborious and time-consuming. So that it depends on, again I will tell you the fees you are getting. If the fees okay, instead of 3,000, if they are ready to pay 15,000, you can go for detailed estimate quantity method. That's all. I cannot explain more than that. So reinstatement method, similar to detailed quantity method, but depreciation is not allowed from replacement cost. This is a reinstatement method. Detailed quantity method, but depreciation is not allowed in replacement cost. So reinstatement method applicable for settling claims in land acquisition case. Yeah, this is for especially for reinstatement method is used in land acquisition cases. Reinstatement. So insurance claims are settled on reinstatement basis. So both land acquisition and insurance, they give take only reinstatement method. Similar to again you right, you can go through it. It is similar to detailed quantity method, but depreciation is not allowed from replacement cost. That is the only thing. No depreciation in reach. It may be a question, of course. By the way, okay. In which method we are not considering depreciation? Depreciation is not considered in the which of these following. So they will give replacement method, cost of method, or anything. So answer is reinstatement method. In reinstatement, make a note now. In reinstatement method, there are two questions possibility in this one. Reinstatement method do not consider depreciation, not allow depreciation. Second one, where we use reinstatement value in land acquisition and insurance claims. You have a chapter. I think I will take the next class in principles of insurance and loss assessment. So you will learn more about it, how the reinstatement method is used for value, arriving the value. Sorry. Life of the building, four types. There are four types of building: economic life, physical life, life due to obsolescence, life due to legal constraints. What is that legal constraints? Sometimes an airport comes nearby your property, so the life is gone. The whole life is gone because you have to demolish it, or land acquisition has come. Then also your life become, building life become zero because there is no building then, so it becomes zero. And the third point, life due to obsolescence. Obsolescence, we have learned that economical obsolescence, technological obsolescence, etc., etc. So it is clear now. Life of buildings, this is the four life of buildings: economic, physical life. But the only thing is, you are in questions, case study questions, they will give economic life or physical life for sure. Economic life of the building or physical life of the building. You should compare it, because physical life of the building is less actually. As I told you, for load bearing structures it is 60, and for RCC structures we take it is 80. Whereas in economic life it can increase up to 100, 120, so, something like that. In between 100 and 120, they Hello.
Yes,
Excuse me.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Looking at the slides, can you tell me which slide I last you have seen? Reinstatement method you have seen? Hello, somebody has to answer me, please. Which slide last you seen? I was going on
So just before reinstatement.
just before reinstatement. Okay, thank you. So that was an important one. Detailed quantity method. We are you have seen. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Detailed yeah, more precise and accurate, more reliable, accepted by courts, laborious and time consuming. Now I will send you the I cannot share, I'm mobile now. I will share it it in WhatsApp when the Wi-Fi is okay. So
All right.
now
Yes, that's
reinstatement method here. Okay, similar to detailed quantity method, but depreciation is not allowed from the replacement. There are two questions you can expect from this method. One is in which cost approach method depreciation is not allowed. So they will give accounting method, replacement cost method, blend area method, reinstatement method. So you write reinstatement method. Depreciation is not allowed. Make a note on it. Depreciation is not allowed. And second question, where is the reinstatement, which of the following reinstatement method is adopted? There are only two places we adopt reinstatement. One is land acquisition case. Second one is insurance. This insurance and loss assessment, we have a class next session. So your answer should be, sometimes they will give land acquisition as well as insurance. Then A, land acquisition, B, insurance, C, both of them, C, none of them. So you should write both of them. Liquidation, land acquisition case also, you are using reinstatement method. Insurance also you are using. So they are expecting the answer both. So that may be a question you can expect from reinstatement method. It generally comes, that's why, because insurance always considers reinstatement method. You can see it in insurance also. I will repeat the same thing. Now, life of the buildings. So life of the buildings are four types. One is, as you know, economic life. Then second one is physical life. Then third one is life due to obsolescence. So we have seen some obsolences, like technical obsolescence, functional obsolescence. So that is there. Then fourth one is life due to legal constraints. So no more you can construct a house there or even demolish the house. If it is legally, some airport comes, acquisition comes, it becomes zero value. Your value becomes zero, building value. So legal aspects. So there are four. Okay, if Wi-Fi comes, you try to present it in. So it all depends on how you are, which life you are using for a particular. But anyhow, physical, life and economical life will be a sure parameter in IBBI case study problems. They will either give physical or economical or even both. Some cases, both of the age will be considered in most case studies. So that time we will explain it more. So economical life may be physical, always greater than physical life. Physical life we have fixed as 60 and 75, as I told you. So let me turn it off. Now again I came back to my lab. Now I again request host to allow me to share the screen. I cannot share the screen now as such. It is off now in this case. Host disable the participant screens. Please, Gupta sir, just allow me to share the screen. What is happening? Okay. Otherwise, I'll go back to my mobile and we'll complete it. Afterwards, I can send the. But there are so many problems to work out. So slide sharing is a must.
So can you send the presentation also on WhatsApp?
Yeah, better. Okay, you send it. Then I will take the class. You can simultaneously hear me and you can. I'll share it now. Okay. So I hope you got my slide sharing presentation. Just check in your WhatsApp group and open it. I request all the participants to open it and just hear my voice only.
It's done, sir.
It's open. Okay,
Yeah,
come down to life of building. Now you can just come down, scroll down to life of buildings. That is just after reinstatement method. Okay, life of building. As I told you, economic life, physical life, and life due to obsolescence and life due to legal constraints. So, in which our concern is only on economic life and physical life, because as I told you, physical life is lesser than economical life. Why? Physical life we are already fixed for almost like load bearing 60 years and RCC 80 years. If it is a composite structure like composite steel structures, frame structures, it is 40 years or 50 years you can take. It is called physical life. Then economical life, it is maybe more than 100, 100 and 120 in between. So in IBBA question papers, they generally ask physical life as well as, economic life also mentioned. So how to solve the depreciation on everything? It is just twisting the question only. You can answer it very easily. That we will see. I develop case and why these portions are being taken when so many slides and all, because it is all leads to us in finally case studies. That is what you are going to do actual life also as a valuer. So case studies are most important part, and as far as IBB exam concerned, and the practical life is also concerned. So we'll go to continuation of buildings. This is what is estimating the total life of building aspects considered. You know it: workmanship, quality of material, usage of building, soil condition, depth of foundation. So soil testing, you know, and how far the depth should go. If it is pile foundation, you have to calculate all those things. So weather conditions, environment, upkeep, repairs and maintenance of the building, lease tenure details. That is, if somebody rented, these are all our concern only. Because if they produce if we are valuing an apartment flat, so he may given it for lease for a particular period. So you can ask lease agreement, and on that you can income approach you can use, because it is income. I mean, there is an income, no, while you giving lease or rent also. You can, but it should be authentic. Only thing is authentic report. I mean, the proofs should be produced. Evidences should be produced, and you should attach it with the report. Our valuation report should be attached with authentic reports or authentic evidences. The main thing. So again, we go to aspects considered while calculating depreciation. While you calculate depreciation, what are the things? Present condition of the building. So present condition of building, you can say sometimes it is more cracks are visible. Maintenance wise, it is not fairly good. All those things. Present condition of the building. Then usage of the building. For what purpose you are using? So if it is for commercial purpose, you have more income, no? So commercial purpose, whether it is commercial purpose or residential purpose, usage of the building falls under all those categories. And then maintenance of the building is the most important part. If maintenance is bad, the life, there is a column for your observed age of the building. Age observed by the valuer. Even if it is constructed in 2010, only 10 years elapsed. Now 2020, 10 years. But if you find that it is by your experience, you find that it is not even 10 years, it is 20 years old, you can write it. It is not because of the improper maintenance. It looks the valuer assumes that it is 20 years age. You can write it up. No issue on it. See, you don't have to go for exactly 10 years. You can even reduce the this thing if the excellent maintenance kept as it is new. The building appears new, even though it is constructed in 2015. So you can depreciation in 1 or 2 years. These are all you again and again I am telling you, you have to justify only. Your justification is the most important part. And photograph as much as photograph you can take of a building, and that also geotag, we call it geotag photograph. How many of you knows it? I don't know. You go to Google Play, you will get geotag photographs, in which satellite photographs. I mean, you can take a photo of a building or yourself and the owner or anybody client. You can take a photo. Automatically, the longitude and latitude will come. Date comes, time comes, and Google Map comes in a location in another small area. So these things are there. So geotag photograph is you can attach. You can get it from Google freely from Google Play Store. So that is that. So maintenance of the building, utility of the building, environmental aspects. Yeah, of course, environmental. You might have studied in environmental issues. So environmentally polluted area is there. If it is polluted area, the value will be less. Or flood prone area, it is value will be less. Prone area, value will be less. These are the environmental factors. So that also taken into consideration. aspects to be considered while doing estimation of the building value. Now, how to estimate? What are the factors? Specification and amenities. You have to look into the specification and amenities. Life of the building you have to take care of. Depreciation methods you have to see. Obsolescence you have to see. So all of whatever we taught in the previous slides, you have to take care of all those things. Specification, life of building, depreciation method, and obsolescence. So total life of the building, it is given in I think in income tax department. Load bearing type RCC building. Load bearing type RCC building means it is basically there is no columns and beams. RCC means RCC slab is there. So we will give they take as 50 to 55 years if, for first class construction. 50 to 55 years you can take. I take 60 years. RCC framed or steel frame structures 60 to 80 years. I take personally I take 80. Semi permanent structure of ground floor only. Semi permanent, what is that? Semi shed. It is trussed roof and all those things. So it will last maybe 30-35 years. AC sheet or an empty roof. You see, that is the specification in remarks. AC sheet and empty roof. So that is so temporary structures. What is temporary? Single story. Here they are using GI roof sheeting or CCGI. I don't know what is that. Temporary structure. 10 to 15 years. You can take. This is very temporary. Temporary. After 15 years, there is no value for it. The salvage value of 10% you can give for everything. 10% of total value. At least. So type of obsolescence. So again, it has come in another slide in a detailed way. Economic obsolescence is loss in value due to forces external to the property. Incurable, as nothing can be done to rectify it. So it is incurable. Economic obsolescence is incurable. Write it down. You cannot rectify it because of economic obsolescence. What is technical obsolescence? Curable, because technology is with us. We are all technocrats. So technical obsolescence can be curable. Physical depreciation, curable physical depreciation, but there are some incurable depreciations also, physical depreciation. That is technical obsolescence. Then functional obsolescence. What is functional obsolescence? Incurable physical obsolescence. Functional means it doesn't function in today's need. That's all. That is functional obsolescence. So depreciation. These words, be familiar with all these things. Obsolescence, functional obsolescence. That's all. Then you can develop it. It's very easy subject. Only thing is there are so many new words. You may be if you are a fresher or a fresh in this field, beginner in this evaluation. Otherwise, these are our common words we are using. Depreciation, passage of time. Causes, physical causes, wear and tear, efflux of time, deterioration, accidental even something hit your building long back. What do you call when bitumening your road is going on. Accidentally, the road roller come and hit your home. So it will create a structural damage even. So these things you have to take into account. Accidental aspect. They have written it. That's why in the syllabus it is written it. Accidental aspect. That's why I'm telling you. It can be accident. An accident also can happen. It will loss in service. Correct. It may reduce the serviceability of the building when in an accident occurs. Not only that, if something falls on our Yeah. Sorry for interruption. It is not my mistake. Hand of God. My Wi-Fi is not good. Types of depreciation. So now we will see what are the types of depreciation. This physical depreciation, depreciation due to economic obsolescence, depreciation due to technological obsolescence, depreciation due to functional obsolescence. These are the various obsolescence in depreciation. Now, methods of calculate, I told you in 10th slide, it becomes now 27th. It is the methods of calculation, calculating depreciation. Straight line method. You can, if you want, you can write down because there are formula related to all this method. I think it is there in my slide. Straight line method. Then constant percentage method or linear method. These see, don't confuse these words. Straight line method and linear method is different. Constant percentage method and linear method is one and same. Every time this is confusing people. Straight line method is different, linear method is different. Constant method and linear method is same. Okay, fine. Written down value method. Written down value method. Usually used in accounting purpose. Written down value. Very easy to find out because first year you take the full value 1 lakh. Next year 10% decrease. So you will take 90,000 only. 10% is gone. Then again next year 10% of 90,000 you will take. So likewise 900 you have to deduct. So it becomes 81,000. So next year 10% of this. But fortunately there is a formula for this. What is that? Same as linear method. The formula which you are using is linear method only. The formula I can show you next slide, I think. So return on value method, if it is 15 years, you will take lot of time to calculate. Every year you have to deduct 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. That is, you can mathematically, you can do it. So that is called linear method, written down value method. Now sinking fund method is there. Again, quantity survey method is there, most accurate and reliable. Lump sum method is there. So you are giving a lump sum amount for a particular building. Sum of digit method is there. These names you just try to understand. At least familiar with it. When explain comes, you will understand. Sum of digits method, declining balance method. These are all not common. I will tell you. Only the first few 3 or 4 for 3 we are using in daily basis. But in examination point of view, you have to learn all of these. Sum of digit method, declining balance method, statutory depreciation method. What is statutory depreciation method? Can anybody tell? Anybody can tell it by logical sensing. What is statutory? What do you mean by statutory?
I guess if it's been, if it's been said by the court at any given point of time,
Well,
or if
not
it's in
by
a new
court.
statute or an amendment or something.
Which statute we are dealing with? Depreciation method. I will tell you. Income tax. They have given fixed depreciation for different buildings. CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes. That is income tax department. So they have given 5% for residential building, 10% for this one, something like that. So the statutory bodies are there. So this is a statutory body, CBDT. They have given the depreciation rates that you can directly apply it. No formula is required. But in normal valuation, you cannot use it. It is only for income tax purpose. Income tax asks you for only 3 purposes: capital gain, cost of construction, and the other one is capital gains, cost of 50C. That is 50C form. Yeah, these are the 3 that I will explain later. So unless otherwise, you can use any other method which is best for in your um, uh, 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 judgment. So straight line method, you can see the formula. Assumption: property losses its value by the same amount every year. So that is straight line method. That is depreciation is equal to C minus by N. What is C? Original capital cost. What is a scrap value? Not scrap. Remove that scrap. I don't want scrap. This is salvage value. Not scrap. It is almost 10% is coming for all the buildings, you know. So S capital. So salvage value of the building, and S is capital. Okay. So C minus S by N. So here C stands for original capital cost. You have the, I hope everybody is open my presentation with you. Then only you can understand this. Otherwise, there's
Yes,
no
sir.
use. That yeah, only you only telling me. What about Tulsiram ji? Yes, okay. Jain ji, what about you?
Yes, sir.
Please, yeah, please, and architect also, please open your PPT presentation. Then only you will understand what is written. So C minus S by N. C is original cost, S is salvage, N is life in years. D is annual depreciation. So D is considered as annual depreciation. D is equal to C minus S by N. This is the formula for straight line method. Now, whereas in constant percentage method, rate of depreciation assumed first. So we are here, you are getting depreciated value, D. See the formula, D is equal to P into the one bracket is required. 100 into minus RD by 100 raised to N. It's a very simple formula actually. No, you don't know. Then different bracket you show. Okay. So this is in constant percent method, you have to assume the depreciation because you are getting directly depreciated value. So there are two values, always confusing. Not confusing. It is by carelessness we are doing it. Depreciation value. Suppose a 10 lakh property, depreciation value is 1 lakh. Depreciated value will be how much? 9 lakhs. Depreciated value 9 lakhs because replacement cost is 10 lakhs. Depreciation is 1 lakh. That means depreciation value is 1 lakh. Then depreciated value is 10 minus 1, 9 lakhs. This concept you should always keep in mind whenever you see the depreciation. The depreciation value is confused with depreciated value. It's only because of carelessness. Our people are losing half mark, 1 mark so many times. I'll show you the example. If it is see in one question, depreciation value and depreciated value is very small difference. One is 2,250, the other one is 2,550. So people tends to write whatever first they got the result, depreciation. Okay, they will write the depreciation value. Whereas in question paper, they ask depreciated value. So depreciated value you should write. That is from cost minus depreciation value will give you the depreciated value. Very,
Well, sir, in this straight line method, it's that formula is for depreciation, right? Like it's not for the depreciated value.
Yes, that is for depreciation. Whereas constant percent method, you have to assume depreciation.
As a rate.
Yes, as a percentage. See, 5%.
Sure.
I told you now, statutory bodies, they will give you 5% or 10%, whatever it is. So you will take 0.5.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Okay. Rate of depreciation in RD. It is right. RD is a single word. It is given. So it is rate of depreciation. You can divide it by 100 and you will get the result. It's very clear, no? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Next slide. Okay, now return on value. Generally adopted by chartered accountants. redundant value V is equal to C into 1 minus P raised to N blah blah blah. See, this is same as linear method. You can use the same method, same formula. The only the calculation purpose they confused it. V is equal to historical for P is percentage rate of depreciation, that is RD raised to N number of years. So this is more or less same formula. See this one, P into but here you are getting redundant value. Here you are getting depreciated value. That is the only difference. But the formula is same. You can check it. I think in case studies we will prove it. Depreciated value is equal to rate of depreciation assumed. Well, no, next slide. So it is called redundant value. The basic concept is what? First year full value, second year 10% depreciation, or 5%, whatever. Third year again 5%, not of original price, but the depreciated of the second year. Then again 5% from that second year. Like that, you will get a figure of 15 years. You have to go on multiplied by 5%, 5% deduction. So it's not easy. So constant percent formula is suitable for to find immediately the depreciated value. You will get redundant value immediately using the other formula for constant percentage method. Okay. Now what is sinking method? Depreciation is assumed to be equal to the annual sinking fund plus interest on the fund for that year. So depreciation is assumed to be equal to the annual sinking fund plus interest on the fund for that year. It's you have learned it. We have just gone through it. More preferred. S is equal to R by 1 plus R raised to N the whole minus 1 bracket close. Okay. I think I have to put different market brackets. Okay. Later. If you want, you can correct it now. The other one also you have to correct. Brackets you cannot repeat. Same bracket. You know, it's mathematics. So where S is sinking fund depreciation, rate of interest, N is number of years. Okay, you correct it. No. Don't do that. You correct it and go. Other one corrected. Okay, fine. Fine, you send that one, then the other one get obsolete. Now quantity survey method. Let us go to quantity survey method. It is the most accurate method. Property studied in detail. Loss in value due to life, wear and tear, decay, obsolescence is worked out. Each and every step is based on some logical ground without any fixed percentage of cost of property. There is no percentage here. Generally a complex calculation. Yes, quantity survey is generally a complex calculation for others, not engineers. For us, it is easiest method, right? You have an Excel sheet. Entry everything, you get the value easily. So for quantity survey method, it's not a complex one, but laborious one, tedious. It is time consuming. That I can agree, but not complex, right? As an engineer, you don't feel any complexity in that working on the estimation in the quantity survey method. Okay, next slide. Sum of digit method. Just see the formula and there won't be any. I never seen any question from this method. Sum of digit method. So based on digit derived by summation of years, total span of asset. Not much in use. Just in bracket it is written not much in use. We are not using it nowadays. Digit is equal to 1 plus L by 2 into L. Yeah, yes, seen this formula somewhere. I remember still. Sum of total summation. 1 to 100. How will you find 100 plus 101? 100 into 101 by 2. If you want to add the digits, I'm out of syllabus, I'm talking. 1 to 100. You can easily, you need not add. We never add engineers and mathematicians. What we'll do? 100 into 101 by 2. That will give you the result 5050. Similarly, the same summation is doing here. Digit is equal to 1 plus L by 2 into L. You take L this side, L, then the same, or instead of L, you replace it by N. N into N plus 1 by 2, right? Why people are not reacting? They never heard of it. You don't know that formula?
Yes, sir, got it. I mean, yeah. It's
Forgotten?
I mean, it's from 12th
you
grade
see,
mathematics, I think.
Not even 12th. I heard it in my 4th class as a story. A boy has invented it, this one, this formula. So if you want to add 1 to 500, add 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 7. No need for going on like that. 1 to 500 is equal to 500 into 501 by 2. Finished in one step. 500 into 501 by 2. How much it is coming? So you got it in the fingertips. The same thing is saying here. Digit is where L is total span in life. If it is 60 years, 60 plus 61 by 2. This is depreciation. So 1 divided by digit, this is summation into n, summation of n, where n is number of years, sigma n. So that will give you sum of digit method. So I don't think any solved problems are here. Yes, example. See the example, very easy example. If the total life of the building is 60 years, digit sigma 60 is equal to, again, the same formula, 60 into 61 by 2, or 1 plus 60 divided by 2 into 60. They used this reverse. 60 into 61 by 2, how much? 1830? Yes, it should be. 60 into 61 divided by 2. 1830. So this is total life of the building 60 years. Digit sigma 60 is equal to 1830. Total depreciation is derived for these 60 years by using the digit as under. If the age of the asset is 4 years, if the age is 4, so depreciation becomes 1 by 8,300 into sigma 4. What is sigma 4? Add all these things, small number, no, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Or you can say 4 into 5 by 1. 5 4, 20 by 10. It will come 10, right? Yes. If you use the equation also, you will get sigma 4. 4 into 5 by 2. That is 10. Or you add 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Sigma. You know it. This is total 10. So percentage is 0.00546%. Now break up. You can see, do by like this also. 1 by 18,300 plus 2 by 18,300 plus 3 by 18,330. Sorry, 300, not 30. 4 plus 1830 is equal to 0.0546. See, this is, I feel this is obsolete because of this stupidity, right? And we don't want to use this at all. When sigma is there, easily you can find out this formula is with you. Why you add all these things? 1 by 1, 1 by 1, 1 by n. You add, okay. So I got time. We say for time pass. If nothing, somebody is sitting idle and is doing anything. So we'll say you go to a sea and count the waves. You know, it is better for him to go and sit in a seashore and count the waves. If he do something, no, instead of sitting idly. So this is the thing case, the same thing. I cannot do this. And like, break up and what is this? So you are being an engineer and a mathematician. We have the tools to solve this. We have all the tools. That is why we engineers, especially in valuation field, we have that what you call mathematical, spatial, all those things, concepts. So it is easier for you to learn. Then comes lump sum method. What is lump sum method? Lump sum depreciation for asset that is adopted physical inspection by observing new. You take 0. Excellent, 5% depreciation. Very good, 10%. Good, 11 to 25. Fair, 26 to 50. Finally, scrap, 90%. Because scrap value or salvage value, they are taking as 90%. See, anyway, you are going to get 10% for any building. Scrap value as far as lump sum method is concerned. So these are all thumb rule. No, these are all just helping us, as a thumb rule only you can use this method. We never use it. Actually, in my whole period of, as a valuer, I never use this lump sum depreciation and all. Nobody will accept it actually, that report. Very good and fair. What is that percentage and all? It is logical, of course, but it is at the same time not scientific. So let's but sorry to say, you have to learn it. Okay, lump sum depreciation method. Lump sum method, yeah. What is it? Lump sum method? You just learn it and you keep it in your mind. Whenever some question comes, you can say something about it. It is a physical inspection observing the condition of the building. It depends on condition of the building. Depreciation is dependent on the condition of the building. New, excellent, good, fair, fair, and scrap. Okay, this is the thing. Don't forget, maybe by luck you will get a question from this lump sum method. Based on what? You can write condition of building. Other choices will be given. Plinth area, that area, this day. It is condition of the building. Depends on the condition of the building. Lump sum method. Yeah. In that way, every slide is important. Even though we feel little, this thing, but you have to learn. Declining, this is important. Declining balance method. That is modified form of written down value method. WDV. Please remember this short form. WDV is written down value. WDV. Modified form of WDV method. Written down value method used for, this is also used by accountants. So here the depreciation rate per year is equal to 1 minus salvage value divided by original cost of the asset raised to 1 by n. That is total lifespan. N is total lifespan. That is 1 by n you have to take here. I'm not sure the derivation. This is the formula for modified form of written down value method. In some of our study material, the derivation is given. How you derive this formula. Example I can show you. Total useful life of the asset, 60 years. Suppose it is 60 years. Always we consider 60 years for load bearing. Scrap value 1 lakh. Current replacement cost 10 lakhs. So current replacement cost total, okay, for a use building. Then annual depreciation is equal to, apply that formula. Apply it. You just write down this formula. Not minus bracket S by B raised to 1 by n. How much you are getting? Tell me. Oh, you have this thing, no, with you. You can. I need not hide it. I am not sharing it. So they can. You don't. Please try to do it yourself. Then you will get 3.76%. So here what you have done, 1 minus depreciation, scrap value divided by salvage value, whatever you call, divided by replacement cost raised to power to 1 by 60. So that will give you 0.0376, 3.76%. May come, I don't know. If it comes, well and good. Easily you can score 1 mark. Only thing you should remember this. So all the formula, similar formula which I photographed, plus this formula, all you can write it down in a paper and make a note. This is for what is called declining balance method, depreciation. So that formula is with you. Now after 15 years, they are asking depreciation amount of rupees 10. So after 15 years, how much? Raised to 15. That 1 minus the original cost, that is 1 minus that constant raised to 15. That will be point. This is for 1 rupee. Again, remember 1 rupee. So you deducted that 0.037 from 1, then it is powered to 15 years. So you will get 0.563. Therefore, actual depreciate cost. So actual depreciate cost is original cost into this after 15 years cost. So 0.563. It will give you 5,63,000. So 10 lakh, the property which current replacement value is 10 lakh. And now after 15 years, you are getting 563. Let me make a comparison. In this method, you are getting the value 5,63,000. I am going to use straight line method. So by straight line method, what will be the formula? (15 years age). 15 by 60 into 90. How much it will come? 22.5. Divide by 100. That is the rate. Always divide by 100. Okay. Then you multiply it with the no 22.5 divided. Okay. Anyway, that will give you depreciation only. Better you could have minus there itself. Yeah, now minus from 10,000. So that will be around 7 lakhs. If you go use straight line method, you will get 7,750,000. Whereas when you use this method, declining balance method, it's merely comes half of it. That's why I rechecked. Only 15 years is over. 60 years is there. Still the almost half. So I think it is not justifiable actually. That is why we are using using straight line method. If you calculate it, the same question by straight line method, you will get 7,75,000 rupees. So 2 lakh difference is there for 10 lakhs. Okay, so if it is 1 crore, subsequently the amount is 20 lakhs increasing. So at that point you have to note it down. You will get a lesser price in declining method. So next slide. This is we have discussed statutory depreciation method based on return on value method adopted by income tax department. Statutory body means there should be a body, legal body, that is income tax department. Depreciation and percentage in different types of building is fixed by statute norms. See, residential building 5% per year, non-residential 10%, hotels 20%, temporary sheds 100%. So according to IT department, temporary shed will be next year 0, value is 0, or scrap value you can give. Plant and machinery 15% per year. So I don't know whether it looks good for you because the temporary structure next year is 0 value, no 100%. So okay, fine. So this is prescribed by income tax department. So you have to follow this in income tax department cases. Come on down. Now reproduction cost, replacement cost. Replacement cost again they defined as cost of construction of new asset having similar type of utility performing similar function as performed by existing old asset. That is replacement. Reproduction cost, cost to reproduce identical asset of old existing asset to be valued, not of same utility and function, but having exact same specification. So here the emphasis is given to specification only. Utility and function comes next in reproduction cost. Then net present value is depreciated replacement cost. What is that? Depreciated replacement cost, net present value. That is, you have to deduct the depreciation from that particular figure. Net current replacement or reproduction cost, that is NCRC. It's a word they are using. Net current replacement or reproduction cost used for balance sheet purpose. These are all for balance sheet purpose. Worked out by deducting depreciation from replacement reproduction cost of the asset. So I don't think it carries any mass or but you should know these words. These are the methods which is used by chartered accountants. Okay, next. Basis in real estate valuation. So we're starting again to basis. Assumes that the price the buyer pays for property should be equal to the cost required to build an equivalent building. It's an assumption. Okay. Application, where it applies, properties that are not frequently sold. No market comparables are available. When property does not generate income, these are the two conditions. See, whenever a property do not generate income, you have to go adopt only this method, real estate valuation basis. Assuming the price the buyer pays for a property should be equal to the cost required to build an equivalent building. That is the only way we have to do it. Now, steps involved in cost approach. What are the steps? Assessing or eliminating the site value by sales comparison. Assessing or estimating the site value by sales comparison. So sale comparison, as I told you, very difficult to get. Second, estimating the replacement cost of the building. How you estimate it? We have so many methods for estimation. Accurate is our quantity survey method, bill of quantity, and estimate it. But we don't have time, it is time consuming. So you can adopt plinth area, unit area method. So easily you will get the replacement cost. Estimating the accrued depreciation based on economic age. So you have to depreciate, find out the depreciation. The depreciation formulas are given. More than that, in case study, you will find so many other method in which depreciation can be calculated. Not so many other, the same method, but the formula is different. Not different because it is basically the formula is same, but it is understandable. You can grasp it easily by those formulas to use. Okay, estimating the accrued depreciation based on economic age. Now, estimating the final value of the property. These are the steps involved in cost approach. You have to estimate the final value. What is the limitations? There are limitations in cost approach. Not suitable for valuing purely commercial properties, fetching rental income. Yes, we know it. Because rental income is different. That is income approach you have to adopt as per IVS, International Valuation Standards. So not suitable for valuing purely commercial properties. Sometimes gives higher value on supply side, and in actual open market may not be realizable. So supply side, they say it will give you a higher value. Yes, we have seen it in comparison with other method. Sometimes cost approaches give you higher value. But in most cases, I have seen reverse. To be frank with you, because in income generating method, I recently valued a petrol station, but the petrol pump was very nearby my home. So what happened is when I calculate the area, I mean land value I put, then I put buildings, office buildings are there, or lubricant shops are there. So I put a value and the replacement value, then depreciated, and the depreciated value is calculated, and everything is added. What are the amenities? There are some common toilets. Everything I added. So I got a figure. That is cost approach. That means I had applied cost approach in building part. Whereas I collected some details from the owner. How much diesel, how much petrol per day, how much lubricants you are selling, what is the all those I collected to get the staff salary, everything. Sometimes I had to assume also staff salary. Anyway, it is more or less okay. Then I calculated. There is big difference, very big difference. Income fetching is very high value, giving me when I used what you call land and building method, I got 8C, 8 crores. Whereas when I used income fetching method, I got the figure 25C. Which one I certify? So banks are insisting now, as not now, earlier by land and building method only. That is cost approach method. Whereas now, newly empaneled valuers, they know income fetching method, if it is producing any income, you have to follow income fetching method. So shall I certify 25C? What happens if I certify 25C? Suppose the petrol pump become an NPA, non-performing asset. He is not able to, he is mortgaging this property, loan purpose. So if he fails to repayment, what will happen? The bank has to take over. The bank will cannot run a petrol pump. So market participants will be very less. Those who are interested in or experienced to run a petrol pump only will come forward. Even then, he won't quote 25C. He will quote whatever the land value and building value, 5C, logically. So finally, it is actually it is not implemented new policies by lack or by anything. So it is not implemented in by financial institutions so far. Income approach. So let us see what is in future waits for us. Okay, sometimes here they are writing higher value on supply side in actual open market may not be realizable. It is, in my experience, it is reverse. It gives lower value cost approach. So depends on location. Your location may be different. My location is different. So sometimes they say the other clause. No need for that one. That clause itself. It depends on the location. If the land value is so high, okay, fine. You will get maybe around 20C or 22C by cost approach. Here the land value is very less, so it depends. Then next point, building estimate by quantity survey method is time consuming. Okay, that is another limitation for estimation method. In remote area, land value is very less due to lack of sales transaction, and estimate becomes difficult. Yeah, we know it. Remote area, very distant, hilly track, or say very interior of a municipality or panchayat area, land value is very less due to lack of land, not due to lack of land transaction, due to lack of sale instances. So estimated becomes difficult. Now we are going to conclude our cost approach is taken as last resort. Generally, in other countries, this is taken as last approach, whereas in our place, it is taken as first approach. But in developed countries, still widely used, even though. Here anyway, we are going through cost approach in building and market approach for land. As indicated in IVS, when based on market-based data, cost approach may lead to useful conclusion on market value. The inclusion of the developer's profit and finance cost in the market valuation process has been supported by IVS. but the valuers have been advised to use them for valuation purpose with caution. You should take very caution while doing this method. Okay, so these are the things which I want to. I conclude my session. Thanks. And valuation field is going to be the most sought after profession in near future. As I said, we should update our knowledge and skills continuously. You may contact me for this my phone number. I think it is there with you, and my mail is also given. Any doubt, anything, you can ask me. If at all I don't know, I will try to get it solved by my senior assistant. And thank you very much for listening this class. If you want, I can continue after 5 minutes break, or we'll stop here. It's up to you.
So
Or
what
we'll do
is
one thing. We'll tell me.
no like what is the
Uh,
next we have to do?
Let us discuss
Like case
which one,
studies,
which
you mean?
part you want to do some case studies. Not the case studies, important case studies. That is small case studies. What about small case studies? Small MCQs, multiple choice questions. It will be interesting, no?
Yes, sir.
So somebody's asked for 5 minutes. I think Tulsiramji has asked 5 minutes break. Okay, let him take the break. So we will have a break and come back. I will have a coffee now. Get my coffee, please. Anyway, I'm not going to log out because host cannot permitting me to do. So I hope. Hello. I hope all are present now. Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, before this thing, I starting the MCQ or problem session, I would make a request to you. Somebody can come forward and whatever answer we are getting, you make a Word document, even it's sufficient, and post it in the group. Maybe from tomorrow, I may be engaged in evaluation of this thing. So, in fact, if we all cooperate for a week, 2 weeks or so, we can at least solve 1,000 questions. It's enough, more than enough. And around out of 1,000, 750 questions will be MCQ, the other subjects. So somebody has to write it down and post each and every day. Is it agreeable to you? Who will take the charge? You can suggest a person. Very easy. Just even with the pen, you can post, no problem. Photograph is accepted. A PDF is accepted in any form, so that you can discuss in between. Without Zoom meeting, in WhatsApp itself, by sound clips or by words, you can go on studying every day basis. So within 2 weeks, you are in a position to score at least 60 marks. If somebody has to come forward for taking this assignment, who will take? Just whatever this thing, I will tell you the answer also. But you have to chronological order, date 1, date 2, date 2. You have to write it down and publish it. Answers I can give you. Here itself, I will give you answer now. Only thing you have to write it and publish it. I all are silent. Then I have to say a participant name. I'm going to randomly select one person. Okay. What about architect? Architect Surabhi Singh ji, can you do that?
Sir, I'll try because I'm also involving some few projects here, so I can't get time for that. I have to manage it.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Excused. No problem. Now next person. Somebody has to come forward, please. What about Tulsi Ram ji or Tushar Sharma ji, Jain ji?
We can also clear our doubts. If we have any doubts there, we can share it on the group.
Yeah, that can be done. But finally what happens, whatever I am telling, I may forget to post, I won't get time. Then in this sessions, I will take finally, whenever I get time, some questions will be answered, some questions will be given to you, and then I will tell the answer also. But I don't have the printed this thing now as such. So I can answer, I can give you the questions and I can give you the answer. You also try to answer it now, and just you have to make it a copy. That's all. Now itself you can do by pen. You need not type even, and photograph. That's all. Photograph it and post it in the group, so everybody can see how you derived and all those things. Okay. So now we'll start with the question paper which I have given you today. Okay. Can somebody read the first question? First question. Can you open my Word format? Example 1. What is the amount that accrues if rupees 2000 is invested at 6% compound interest for 10 years? Very simple question. We have done it, even though we try to solve it here. All right. So you can, so you know the formula for compound interest. A is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N. Right? You can write down capital A is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to N. So that P is now 2000. It is given. Then 1 plus 0.06. 6% is the compound interest. 0.06 raised to 10. So 2000 into 1 plus 0.06 raised to 10.
3581.
That will give you again
3581.695.
It is 69 or 0.6. Okay, you are multiplying with the whole number. You are not taking 4 digits, correct?
Yeah, I'm taking.
You are taking, you didn't take the 4 digit. Okay. If it is, you take 4 digit, you can write it as rupees 3581 0.60, 60 paise. If you consider only the 4 digits.
Yeah, that's okay.
So example 1 is over. Yeah. So all of you write it down. That example, I hope you have seen. Then second example, if X bought land for rupees 50,000 and held it for 10 years before building on it, what was the real cost of X who required interest at 10%? So X bought the land for rupees 50,000, held it for 10 years before building on it. What was the real cost to X who required interest at 10%? So there is an unnecessary data given. What is that? Just put it this way. The same question as above. Rupees 50,000 is here with him. He for 10 years he hold it. That is before building anything. So what will be the value at 10%? That is the question. So same formula you can use, compound interest formula. This is how, see, the first one is direct question, second one is twisted one. This is the question they may ask. This way. So original cost is 50,000. Amount rupees 1 at 10% interest 10, same thing. Compound interest formula, you can apply the 1 plus 0.1 raised to 10. That will give you 2.5937. Amount is 50,000 into 2.5937. You can calculate slowly. Only thing you should know the concept. That's why I give this example. Yes, 129,685. Tulsi Ramji is right answer. Yes, given. Yeah, I have seen it. Yes, it is correct. So same formula you use, you will get 1,29,685. Now example 3 is again to complicate matters and an additional input is also there. So let us see how it will work out. The tenants of a building have contributed a sum of rupees 25,000 for repair of building, where the owner had to carry out the repairs at least 70,000. The owner has failed to carry out the repairs in 2 years, now demands 50% of repair amount of rupees 70,000, to which tenants have further agreed. Tenants agreed it. The prevailing rate of interest is 10%. State the amount the tenant must pay now. So you see, amount of rupees 1, 10% for 2 years. Same formula. 1 plus 0.1, that is 10%. Interest rate is considered 10% for 2 years. See, the owner has failed to carry out repairs for 2 years. So 1 plus 0.1 raised to 2. That will give you 1.21. The amount paid by all the tenants will now accumulate 25,000 into 1.21. 25,000 into 1.21. That will be equal to rupees 30,250. If you want, you can read the question again. Then balance amount to be paid to the tenants now what? 50% of half of 70,000. So half of 70,000 is 35,000. Already tenants have paid 30,250. So 35,000 minus 30,250 is the balance amount. The tenants has to pay 4,750. Now the tenants will pay 4,750. If you want clarity, I will repeat it again. The tenants of the building contributed a sum of 25 rupees for repairs, where the owner has to carry out the repairs at least 70,000. So tenants have already given 25,000. So you have to convert this 25,000 to future value amount after 2 years. So to get the future value, what is that? Compound interest. So this 25,000 becomes 30,250. How? Compound interest. Take compound interest calculation. 25,000 paid into 1 plus 0.1 raised to 2 for 2 years now. So that will give you 30,250. So the tenant is already paid, whereas it should be paid by the owner. They paid. Then owner again bargained. I will pay only 50% of 70,000. Repair cost, total repair cost is 70,000. So he will pay only 35,000. Tenants agreed. So 35,000 will be paid by tenant now. I mean owner now, and the amount already paid by the tenants. Tenants component is already 30,250. From 25,000, it increased to 30,250. Now he has to pay. The tenant has to pay 4,750. Just minus it. 35,000, 50% of 70. So 35,000 minus 30,250. You will get 4,750. The tenants will pay that one only. This is mathematical question. That is over. today's problem solving. Now I will give you some MCQs generally used, generally they are given, but this is not, some questions are not in my what you say, syllabus. Not, I have not taken that one, but just to
Hmm.
make sure, I will give you some questions from other portions also. A makes a contract with B. Suppose a person makes name A makes a contract with B to beat his business contract. This is an example of what? Options I will give you: valid contract, illegal contract, voidable contract, unenforceable contract. You might have learned these wordings in Indian Contract Act. So it is void or voidable or illegal or unenforceable.
So have you shared this, or are you just reading it out?
I cannot share now. That's why
Okay, okay.
I'm reading it. You can just this is recollect whatever you learned. That's all. It's a
Okay,
recollection
you'll have to
process.
repeat it then, yeah.
Okay, I will repeat it again. Any minute, umpteenth I am ready to repeat. Question is: A makes a contract with B to beat his business contract. This is an example of what? It is valid. Is it illegal? It is voidable. It is unenforceable. See, the word beat his business contract.
What beats his business contract?
Yes, that means it is illegal. You can, it is against our law. You cannot beat a business by making a contract with B, right? Okay, I can rephrase the question like this: A makes a contract with B to beat the business of C. Quotation.
Okay.
In that case, it is illegal, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, that is called illegal contracts. So in similar cases, you can write it illegal contract. Now, I don't know whether you, it's actually from IVS standards. Which of the following term is not included at the International Valuation Standards definition of market value? In definition of market value, International Valuation Standards do not specify this particular word. Can you tell me? Let us see. Just, I mean, don't take it as a, class. Sale price, estimated amount, date of valuation, willing seller.
Sorry, can you repeat the options?
Sale price,
Yeah.
then estimated amount, date of valuation, willing seller. Out of these four, one is
Estimated
not
amount.
definition, no definition is given for market value.
Estimated amount.
Estimated amount has got a definition, sale price has got a definition, date of valuation also is important in IVS. Willing seller, what is willing seller? It is not defined in IVS. It's a typical question. Willing seller definition is not there in IVS. Okay, just for your information, I am telling this. This type of questions you can expect. Then we will take another question. Any profit or loss on sale of sinking depreciation investment is transferred to, this is from balance sheet portion, okay? This question comes. Any profit or loss on sale sinking investment is transferred to which part of a book? Profit and loss account, asset account, sinking fund account, depreciation account. Any profit or loss, where you are going to show this? or where we are going to transfer it. This is sinking investment. Fine, forget it. I will answer. I will give you the clue because I took this question because of sometimes in IBBA exam answer will be in the question. Answer will be in the question. Here it is. What are our options? Profit loss account, asset account, sinking fund account, depreciation account. What is the question? Sale of sinking investment. So naturally it will go to sinking fund account. This you need not study balance sheets. The question itself gives you an answer, right? So similar
Yeah,
question you can
understood.
expect. Most some questions out of 100 questions you are appear. I mean, whatever number 80 numbers, maybe 2 or 3 questions will be similar questions you can expect. The answer will be in the question itself. So at the first you just when you look at it, you won't answer it because you don't know where to put accounts or profit asset account. It's not our subject, but luckily the question itself shows a sinking fund investment, so you can easily write sinking fund account. Finished. So that is the what you call sinking fund. Next is I will ask from insurance. That is the next weekend we will take insurance and loss assessment. Even though I just want to know from you, which of the following is not covered? This is purely logical answer I need, because nothing to do with our case studies or our syllabus. Because of course it is in the syllabus, but you can answer it if you think properly. The way of you think gives you answer. Which of the following is not covered under the fire floating policy? That is fire policy. There insurance. All policies are insurance policies are fire policies. All standard policies. It is called fire policies. So it is not because of fire. In any natural disasters or any except earthquake, all are comes under fire policy. So in floating fire policy, a particular out of 4 answers, a particular one is not included. So that you have to find out. That is floating. What is under fire floating policy? That floating means, what is floating? It is no. It is neither in go down, nor in ship, nor in aeroplane. It is in on the way. You can say floating. It is floating, right?
Hmm.
The word floating means we insure things for a particular location. You know, the go down. It is in the particular location. The things are there. You insure it. Whereas in floating policy, it is not reached either destination or start. Even we don't know start of the destination. So which of the following is not covered? Stock in process blocks. First option. We never heard of this word. Stock in go down. Yes, we have heard it. Stock in the open. Okay. So we keep sometimes out of open area. And fourth one is stock in transit. Stock in transit. So tell me, which one? Use your logical pronouns.
Stock in transit.
Yes, exactly. Because floating stocks in transit cannot be covered under fire policy. This question appears, at least in my knowledge, almost 75% of question papers. In this way or other way. Okay. So transit, the floating property or stock in a transit cannot be insured. It is not covered under fire policy. So the next,
I mean, but they have their own policies. It's not this particular one, but then there are transit insurance
no,
policies.
they don't have. In transit, nothing is, because in transit, there is chances of an accident.
No,
right?
but there are, yeah,
Or
but
not
there are,
reaching. You cannot say it will reach the destination, right?
But
but
it
that's the
have
point of
accidental
insurance, no?
policies, yeah.
Again,
Yeah, but that's the point of insurance, no?
Accidental
yeah.
insurance.
That is, see, the question is not accident, it is fire
That
policy.
is fire policy, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so not in this
So,
particular, but otherwise it is
yeah,
possible.
no.
Yeah.
We are considered only L and B. We are L and B valuers. We are not motor vehicle accident or anything. We are not covered. That is different. Motor vehicle insurance is different, right?
Okay.
Am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
We are all insured our motor vehicles. It won't come under this fire policy. That is different act, motor vehicle act, right?
Yeah.
So stocks in transit never comes under fire policy, floating policy. Now, another question. We will take a question from our syllabus now, okay? Which of the following define is appropriate for the term real estate? The term real estate, which of the following define appropriate for the term real estate? So one, building and other improvements. Property that is not encumbered by leases. C, land and anything permanently attached to the land. D, building and fixtures. Read the question again. Which of the following define is appropriate in for term real estate? Question is like this. It is difficult to grasp the question. Which of the following define appropriate for the term real estate?
So are you saying define or defy?
Define, not defying.
Okay.
Not gravity defying or anything. I am not defying anything. Just to define. So
Okay.
the following define, which of the following define, they use the word that define, appropriate for the term real estate. So in real estate, they have given some definition or some, it is included, this particular part, or it is defined. In whichever way, you can take it.
Yeah, but
See,
you'll have
this
to repeat the options.
I will repeat the question. Options: building and other improvements. It is defined or not. Property that is not encumbered by leases. Land and anything permanently attached to the land. Building and fixtures. Which one is defined in appropriate? The word appropriate. I will answer it better because it's confusing for me also.
I think
It is
C.
land,
Option C.
land and anything. Yeah, land and anything permanently attached to the land, because we learned it, right?
Yeah.
Other things, buildings or other improvements, it is there, but it is not appropriately defined. There is no need for defining it. Buildings, we know it. Other improvements, what improvements? Addition, extension, all those things. Then property that is not encumbered by leases, nothing to do with real estate. Then land and anything permanently attached to land. That is, we have seen. It is comes under real estate term. Now, okay, fine. Then building and fixtures, never we will go for that. So land and anything permanently attached to the land. There is a in such cases, if you are almost sure that land and anything attached permanently to the land, you can write it, because otherwise they won't type so lengthy answer. You might have seen Amitabh Bachchan's Kaun Banega Crorepati. Sometimes we can get easily some answers, because lot of see the space is very short, so they will reduce the size font size for a particular answer because they have to print type the whole thing, no? So that will be the correct answer. It's a technique. Here the longest answer is land and anything permanently attached to the land. It is a bit lengthy, and we know that we have heard it, so you can go for it. In my opinion, I will try this. Then comes, what is revisionary value? We have just seen revisionary value in lease contract. What is revisionary value in your opinion? We have seen it just while we discussing lease agreements. That is, revisionary means recoupment. That is, after the lease period, he has to revert it back, right? The land has to revert to the lessor. Am I correct? So the answer is, I will tell you, the options are many options. Value of revision of rent, any new, that is any new agreement between landlord and tenant. It's wrong. Then revisionary value means an amount reverted back on sale of property. No amount in cash is or check is giving this agreement while reverting. Then C, a specified value estimated for payment of taxes such as capital gain or municipal taxes, nothing to do with it. So revisionary value means the only option is present value of land which would revert to the lessor after expiry of lease period. So revisionary, reverse, recoupment, revert, these are all coming under same category. Whenever you see revisionary, recoupment, revert, these three words, you can answer the question. Is it clear?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. But I don't feel any happiness in you know, when you find something interesting, you should be happy, no? I am very happy to see this, even now. See, the revisionary value means, yeah, there is these things are how they found. My really amazed by the other options. How they wrote those options. It's very funny. You know, there is nothing to do with specified municipal tax and all. They are written. A specified value estimated payment of taxes such as capital gain, municipal taxes. We never think of it when the word comes revisionary. Then amount reverted back, sale of property. There is no amount at all involved in this case. It is only the land is reverted. The value, another option, value on revision of rent. When revision clause is there, there is no revision clause. I mean, the review clause is different. So a new rent agreement between landlord and tenant. So other three answers are absolutely, you know, how they imagined those. That is not a very amazing thing. The brilliant guy has wrote these answers. So our answer is okay. Present value of land which would revert to the lesser after expiry of lease period. The other options are really, you know, imaginative. His imaginative power is I appreciate really. Revisionary. So my point is, when revisionary value, revert, recoupment, all this comes under revisionary value. That means reverting the land after lease period. I think you are not familiar with lease agreements. See, after 30 years, we will it will be specially mentioned in a lease agreement. Either you a renewal clause or revert it back, or revision, that is revisionary value, when it is revert, recoupment, whatever word you use, any R starting with R, any of these three words, this is revisionary. That means lesser has to give back the land. That's all. present value, in present value. Okay, that is we calculate also present value. How to calculate we know. We know means we will step by step. We know something about it now. Around 25%. I'll say 25%, even 20%. Okay, we know it as such. But from 20 to 80 is very easy to develop. Then 80 to 100% very difficult. Very difficult because that much confusion is there. So 80 is okay. If you know about the dictionary value, 80% of it, it's okay for to clear the exam. Okay, so at least we should be sure about at least 80% of answers. Okay. Now we will see another one, which is it is from environmental question, environmental issues. Which one is true in case of contaminated restored property? Which one is true in case of contaminated restored? It is contaminated but restored. So I will give you the options. Stigma is removed. A. B. Market will pay reasonable price. C. Market will still pay less than the similar property in the market. D. Market will pay the cost of remediation also. That is, what is remedy? It is restored, no, contaminated one. So adding that one also. So which one is correct? Market will pay less. Okay, this is your answer. Okay, fine. Any other answer? Okay, market will pay reasonable price. This is the answer. They are expecting because it is restored, no. So in a way, the answer given by a participant is correct. Market will pay a bit less than the similar property because already contaminated. Then they say, somebody says it is restored. How can we believe it? So many questions will arise from in our mind. So that logically that answer is more appropriate for me. But the answer is market will pay reasonable price. It will pay a reasonable price after contaminated restored property. Okay, so just note it down so that you will get at least 100 or 200 questions within 1 week. Okay, this question associations are residential association, other etc. are facing. So in apartment cases, see, is it permissible for landlord to disconnect or cut off essential service being provided to tenant? What are the essential services? Water and electricity. Landowner can do it or not. Answers I will give you. Think and just think it about. Yes, landowner can disconnect services. B, no, it's not possible. C, yes, after notice to tenant. D, yes, after order from court. Tell me the answer.
After
It's a
notice
practical
to
question.
tenant.
Notice to tenant?
Yeah.
Okay, next answer. No, unfortunately.
I think
see,
after court, the D.
Yes, see, this is a grave unlawful act to cut essential service. You have to think not twice or thrice, 100 times. Because
It's illegal. I mean, I think you
it
can
is
be
illegal.
penalized.
Yeah, you provide a notice doesn't mean you are entitled to cut this essential this thing. Water. Without water, how can people can survive? So he has to approach the court. Landlord has to approach the court, and he should get a court order from no court order will give to cut to be very frank with you, no, so far no judgment is allowing cut service. Instead of that, it will go to some other cases, like CRPC courts, sometimes civil court also. They can fine him, they can summon him, they can arrest him. So etc. Who that the man who has not, I mean, he might have done something no wrong, the tenant. Otherwise, they won't disconnect services. So anyway, court has to be interfere in this case. So essential services only court can do. No individual is permitted to cut the service. Even your residential association, he cannot do it. Even a residential association president or a secretary or a managing committee, whoever take a decision, they will be in trouble. Nobody can. Even they provide a notice period also for 30 days. Then also they cannot do that. Okay. So only from court order you can do it. So these are practical questions. Sometimes maybe sometimes not. Now there are so many questions from economics. I don't want to go through it. So yeah, then another question. This is also from our real estate rules. Construction work is not possible for following or as per building bylaws. No development is permission on A, beaches, B, market, C, small houses, D, commercial complex. No development permission is given. Out of which these four options, you can select one. Beaches are there, market are there, small houses are there, commercial complex is there.
Option A, beaches.
Exactly. That is coming under Coastal Regulation Act. Tulsiramji also typed their exact answer, beaches. Okay, that is comes under Coastal Development Coastal Regulation Act. So you cannot construct anything now near the beach. Earlier it is allowed, now it is not at all allowed. So beaches. It is from the market you can construct small houses, you can construct commercial complex, everything. But beaches you cannot touch. There is, I think you are, primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sectors of in economics. I think you may be knowing. Assuming that you know it, I am asking you this question. Which one of these is not a primary sector? It is not a primary sector. They are given four options, out of which one is not primary sector. You can answer it. A, farming, B, dairy, C, fishing, D, textile. You can easily answer, very easily.
Textile.
Exactly. Because farming is a primary sector. Dairy product,
Fishing.
dairy farms. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt? No. Okay. Dairy, fishing. These are all primary sectors because the primary sector gives you the first product, useful product. Then only add on this, it is coming textile. Whereas instead of textile, if they grow what you call cotton. Yeah, if they are cultivating cotton, it is not. It is primary sector because it is you will get cotton directly. Whereas in textile, it is going to secondary or tertiary. Secondary because from cotton only they can make textile industry, right? So no, textile industry is the yes, right answer, Ramji. So textile is not a primary sector, whereas farming, dairy, fishing are or primary sectors, agriculture also. So these are the some of the this type of question you can expect. Now we are going question from valuation. A person purchased a mining purpose for rupees 2.5 lakhs. Minerals in the mine were expected to be how many tons? 5 lakh tons. Yeah. Maybe a geologist certified that you have got 5 lakh tons of coal is in this mine. He purchased for rupees 2,50,000. In the first year, he used 50,000 tons of minerals were used. 50,000 out of how much? 5 lakh. 5 lakh quantity of 5 lakh tons of mineral. Yes, first year itself he has extracted 50 tons, 50,000, 50,000 tons of mineral were used. What is the depreciation for the first year? Calculate. I don't want to give you the option even. How? Let me see how you are going to calculate. Tell me the calculation. How you are going to calculate? Take the
Sir, is
calculator.
it possible to share this somewhere? Because you know it's not possible to always get it when you're listening, no? And instead of reading it.
I can't help
Or if
now.
you can
I
just
felt-
repeat the question.
Oh,
again.
anytime. I told you, anytime I can repeat. Don't worry about repetition. A person purchased a mine. You can write property purchase for rupees 2,50,000. That is the cost of that particular area, mine.
Okay.
And a geologist might have certified there are 5 lakh tons of minerals is available. 5 lakh ton
Hmm.
minerals available for in total. You have to do this for quarries. I told you, special case. So how much quantity is available? It will be certified by expert. Here it may be a geologist. He might have certified it. It is 5 lakh tons is available. Now, in the first year, he took 50,000 tons of materials were used. First year, he took 50,000 tons. So, what is the depreciation of the first year? That is the question. This divided by this. No, this.
As in depreciation of material or cost?
Always depreciation of the first year. I am asking depreciation, not depreciated value. I just want depreciation amount. You can say depreciation amount. How much I should depreciate from my balance sheet, or wherever possible, if it is for evaluation purpose. Very easy question. I will tell you, this type of question repeatedly will ask, not in minerals, not in, maybe in mobile, maybe some other features. Simple question. You have to do only one step. That is, how much you used, consumed 50,000 out of how much? 5 lakh. So 50,000 divided by 5 lakh. You are already consumed. Multiplied by your cost, rupees 2,50,000. That is the depreciation. You will get 25,000 rupees. If you want, you calculate. This similar question will come. Similar method, you can find the depreciation. Never here salvage value won't consider. Why? No, there is no salvage value for mines and quarries, because you have to pay the other party to at least in some minerals you can make a fish pond, fisheries. In quarries, nothing can be done. forget about all those things. We never take salvage value for this particular case. That is the point also. You need not take salvage value. Directly you get the answer. 100% you can take. 50,000 by 5 lakh into 250. So you will get 25,000 answer. 25,000 is the depreciation. So I think it is clear now. Okay, a simple question. He presented the theory of rent dash. You name his name, okay? Theory of rent is in whose name? Just go through the economics pages, you will find theory of rent, or Google it. Theory of rent is put forward by A. Malthus, B. Ellerna Iqbal, C. Ricardo, D. Marshall. So theory of rent is if you are study economics, you will get easily this answer, 1 mark. It is Ricardo's theory of rent. Ricardo. It is Ricardo who is developed this theory of rent, rental properties, how to calculate the rent for a particular property. This is named by after Ricardo. Ricardo, R-I-C-A-R-D-O. Okay. The theory of rent is by Ricardo. So guys, I think it is better to, I'll give you the, whenever I'll prepare this questionnaire only in my, confined in my syllabus, this portion, MCQs and as well as mathematical problems. I will make a question paper and share with you. That is better, right? So most of you cannot understand when I say, maybe the pronunciation, because I'm being a South Indian, my pronunciation is different from yours. I don't know. So better I will give you presentation or like presentation similar way. I can give you those MCQ, very important in this thing. So now it is 5:30. Our class is up to 6:30. So I'm thinking about taking insurance or report writing. These are all simple, need not take much time, because report writing is in your syllabus, carries 3 marks and very simple also. Only thing is I don't know whether I can share the PPT. So better, that's all for the day, because we completed actually 20 yesterday 21 marks, today 42 marks already covered. So 2 more days are available. So that means another 40 easily you can cover by next weekend. All right, is it okay for you?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. So for time being, today sessions we can finish by okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you for your attention
Okay,
and
thank you.
your cooperation, everything. But only my advice is keep on reading whatever you portion covered, and do yourself some research work. Everything cannot be, as I told you in mandatory class. It is not possible, humanly possible, to give you the whole what kind of. That's why even I try MCQ now. MCQs, whether it is possible, but it is not webinar. It's not that effective. So better we will at least I can if I can share the PPT, then it would have been better for you also. For unfortunately now PPT is not ready for MCQs and other questions.
Sir, please share MCQs and PPTs. Whatever you have taken today, na?
No. I will give you. I will all the PPTs I shared.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, previous PPTs you shared.
Yeah,
Yes.
all PPTs. Now I will share the questions,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
MCQ and other things. Okay, probably
Okay,
within
sir.
2 days. Okay,
Yeah.
that can be done. Okay, best of luck. And I've from tomorrow you are on duty. Okay, all of us. And
Yes, sir.
have a nice day. And okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
logging out.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me leave first. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. See you next week.